Good morning. Happy Sunday today. Back to A2s. We're going to start on lane number 20. The issue was described to me as it will not set pins. Pins are not transferring from the moving deck to the lane for some reason. And every once in a while, failing to trigger. But they're running the lane machine down there right now. So we have to wait for that first. 4 sets pins, and then the deck shifts. Too much when it sets a new rack and it's knocking pins over. 26, maybe a ball wheel belt. That one's a maybe. These ones might be lanes that they had on hold last night for various groups and stuff that they forgot to take off. So, with that being said, we're gonna go check the board in the office and see if we can come up with anything here. Oh, that's gonna be a negative. 2 lanes today. That's pretty good. So one thought would be that maybe the deck cable didn't get wrapped or routed properly. Let's see if I can get that in the shot here. That doesn't appear to be the case here. That cable appears to be on and installed correctly over the lower rear end of that torsion shaft. Now that we're clear of the lane machine, this machine was in second ball and I went to put it back into first ball, and our clamping bolt for our first ball second ball micro switch light is loosey goosey. So that may explain some of the erratic operation as far as not scoring properly goes. Let's tighten that clamping bolt up. So one of the easiest ways, let me zoom out a little bit. One of the easiest ways to make this adjustment would be to select second ball manually. And we want a gap of about 1/4 of an inch to start out with. What we don't want to do is make this gap too small and actually crush the plunger into the micro switch housing on first ball. So we're gonna switch it back to first ball. Really what we're gonna do, don't lift up on the hook. That can throw this lever out of adjustment. We want to pinch, if I can do this, the micro switch lever into the micro switch. Let me get some more light here. One second, please. That might work a little better. So second ball, about 1/4 inch gap, maybe just a hair more. Pinch this back together. There's a little bit of room here. I can still depress the plunger lever in. I'm not crushing it. So let's take a look at our first and second ball light indicators on the masking unit. I may not show you the entirety of the masking unit because I don't want to tell everybody in the world where I'm working at today. Well, I guess it's irrelevant if our micro switch lever adjustment works because there's no ball indicator lights on the masking unit. Oops. So let's power it on. We are on second ball. Let's go back to first ball. Let's flip the breaker up. First ball. Okay. Am I maybe on the wrong lane? This is lane number 20. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's cute. Our pinwheel has stopped. Selected scissors instead of moving deck on a strike height. Well, let's take a look at this cam surface real quick. See if I can zoom in. Cam surface is kind of trashed. See if I can get down, look down at the moving deck cam follower. See all those metal flakes down there? That's not good. This cam has been chewing itself up for a long time. So really what's happening is our strike controller, the bearing, isn't following the cam properly. It's hanging up because our D shaft is not rotating fully before the scissors cam comes down to either encounter it or move past it, depending on the detection. So worn cam causing some erratic operation on the detector. I know this because I can push on this post. This was for your old strike indicator lights on the masking unit. I wonder if we can get them through another week or so until we build up another 1-to-1 at normal work. Just put a spring here to here and spring urge it a little bit more, if that will mask our problem for a little while. Damn, I'm kind of glad I bought a couple of random boxes of springs, huh? Well, that's pretty hokey, isn't it? But it might work. Let's turn it on and test it. So we're at 180. Let's see where I can you see in there? Maybe. Let's zoom in. 180 release. Cycle. Strike. Detected. You see how it hesitated? I'm not sure that can be avoided. Oh boy. Time to do some sketchy shit. Might buy him a week or two until we can make up some more 1-to-1. Yeah, that's crazy. But it should work. Crazy like a fox. There are also no fox given right now. I think that's gonna work, at least until we can get some rebuilt 1-to-1 units in here. They're gonna need to order more moving deck scissor cams though. All right, let's move on to lane number 4 with the, what do we want to call it? Not setting a full rack or pins falling over when they're being set, something to that effect. So we're gonna need to put our magical jumper in here. Jeez. Are we off on the breaker? No. Are we off on the rear switch? Yes. Come on, pins. Let's see what we can discover. Wow. I'm not sure if that came across on camera, but we'll cycle it and zoom it in a little bit. Our moving deck is touching the surface of the lane at 270. So book spec, I think for lowering links is, I believe it's 15/16 of an inch between the bottom of the deck and the top of the lane surface. And right now we have that much clearance. 0. I lied to you guys, sorry. It was, let's call it due to a lack of light here. We have multiple inches of clearance here. We're too high. The pins aren't even touching the surface of the lane before the moving deck shifts. Let's try an experiment here, shall we? At 270 degrees, let's go wider. Can I compress our rake spring tube? Yes, slightly. But it's starting to lift the deck up. We do not have any other physical binds that I can see. But let me state for the record, on the record, let the record show that I can't really see a whole lot in here. It is very dark. So just for demonstrative purposes, since I can't get a flashlight exactly where I want it, it's hard to show you, but we have a gap here. At this point, this pin should be resting in the lowering link, and we have a gap. Nothing is, no weight on the 2-to-1. So we have a bind somewhere, right? I have my suspicions, but I don't know for sure. Just to do our due diligence, can we see if there's anything under there sticking down? No. No, that's all clear, I think. Hard to tell while looking through a cell phone screen. We are definitely not clear. Ah, I dropped you. Are you okay? Our front to back level is so out of whack. The back of the moving deck is resting against the surface of the lane, while the front is floating inches up in the air. Crazy. The jam nuts, all 4 jam nuts on the stabilizer rod ends are all loose. Did that happen by itself, or has somebody attempted to make an adjustment? Well, we don't know, but we know that that's the adjustment that we need. Stabilizer rods, front to back level. So one of the clues that we were bumping the bottom of the deck against the lane is it looked like we lost any motion all the way down at 270, like it stopped, right? At 270, setting a new rack, it shouldn't stop, right? There's nothing that should encounter its path that would cause it to looks like stop and then reverse, right? But we're gonna have to walk our sorry, shaking you guys all around. I hope you're not seasick. We're gonna have to walk our adjustment a little bit. We're gonna do the left side. We're gonna get to a point where we're tight, and we're gonna have to go to the other side and do the same thing, walk back and forth until we bring this back into level. So after having gone back and forth and bringing our nose down, we have a lovely even 1/4 inch front to back. Yeah, that sucks, but it is what it is, right? These machines are in pretty rough shape. Could we make this book spec? Yeah, but that's gonna take us away from other things. Yeah, let's see if this is gonna work. So we've jumped back up on top here. I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up, and we're gonna let it load up with pins and retest. That looks so much better. Cool, I think we're done here. All right, so we got 4 taken care of, sort of. We got 20 at least to function, but we know we need a 1-to-1 assembly. They're gonna hold off on the ball wheel belt on 26. They need parts. Not related, but kind of one of those like, hey, while you're in there, you know, kind of things. and all of these were off for non-technical reasons. Alright, we're going to be going home with some goodies. A brand new 1-to-1 cover plate for Project 1-to-1. Especially now that we know we need another one.